This is a video about the basics of how to lay out a wall so that you can frame anything from a shed. In this case, it's a shed, but a garage, whatever you want to do. Hopefully this teaches you something and you can start framing whatever you want. In the meantime, let's get to it. Yeah, I'm one of those people. When you're figuring out your bottom plate, which is the first thing you do, you go right on the layout, make sure that this reflects the end of the wall. So in this case, I go 5.5 inches, 3.5 on a 2x4, and you make sure it intersects right there. So you got a 3.5 inch or a 5.5 inch mark that goes right on the layout. That way you know this is positioned at the end of the wall. And then you can go over there and figure out where that goes. In this case, on our last video, we had to move the dimension from here to here to kind of split the difference on some stuff that's out of square, which makes this line our cutoff because I went 5.5 inches from where the wall is going to go, the next wall, where it's going to intersect over to here. This is our cut point. You can see that the concrete sticks out just a little bit, but I've decided that that is the best spot to do it. Whenever you get to the end of the wall, you want to make these marks. What this means is you have a 2x4 or 6 going this way, and then one going this way. And what that makes it possible to have a corner where you can nail plywood on the outside and a corner where you can nail drywall to the inside. Everywhere where the numbers are red is where you need a stud. And so what I'm doing is marking the center of where a stud's gonna be. And this will make it so every 4 foot mark where you have a sheet of drywall and you'll be able to put it right on the 4 foot mark. Same with the plywood on the outside. So one sheet will go there, one sheet will end there, and you can nail both sheets to one stud. But that's how it works down the whole length of everything. That's your basic layout. This is where the king stud and the trimmer go. The king stud goes all the way to the top of the wall, and the trimmer goes underneath the header to transfer the weight to the concrete. This layout's upside down now, but you can see the K and the T from before, which means a king stud, which goes all the way from the top of the wall all the way down to the concrete, which you can't see. Anyways, the trimmer goes underneath this header board, and then the header goes to the top plate. So a common way to make a header is you take your 2x8, 2x10, whatever you think it calls for, depending on how much weight is on it, and you sandwich a little piece of plywood in between. In this case, because I have a 2x6 wall, I'm doing 3 studs and 2 pieces of plywood. So that gives me exactly 5.5 inches. It's important to know that doors are framed 2 inches bigger and at least 1 inch taller than what the actual door is. Like if you got a 3 foot wide door, you actually want to frame it 38 inches wide. That gives you enough room to put some shim, so when you hang the door later, you have some adjustment on it. If it's a window, however, windows are actually about 1/2 inch smaller than what they say. So if you got a 4 foot wide window, you want to actually frame it 4 foot wide. Hopefully you learned something from this video and it prepares you to build your own walls, which is going to be the next video. So hopefully now you know how to lay things out. And if I hold my camera up right here, it makes my receding hairline not look so bad. Better. It's important